What are the two reasons why we do anything in this world? Well, take a guess. Two reasons. Did you guess pain and pleasure? Because that's all it is. That's all everything boils down to. Those are the only two reasons why we do anything in this world, is to avoid pain or go towards pleasure. So I want you to think about what are a couple things that you aren't doing or need to do or putting off. Write them down and then associate, well, what's the pain that that's causing, or why are you doing that? What pain are you trying to hide from? And if you did do it, what pleasure would you get from it? You know who's really good at this? Advertisers. Advertisers tell us exactly what will make us, they know how to program us into, tell us exactly what feels good and what we should be hiding from. Everything boils down to those two things, and they are there to expose it to make money. Okay? What we need to do is become the advertisers in our own life, right? We need to look at what our motivating factors are of every decision that we make and every decision that we want to make, and determine, what am I hiding from? What am I running from? What am I trying to avoid, that pain? And what is that pleasure going to be? And that's what it all boils down to. Any decision we make, any motivating factor that we take into consideration, it all boils down to avoiding pain or going towards pleasure. Okay, I just had some ice cream, and it was because in the moment that pleasure was screaming my name of, hey, this will be greater than the pain of eating the ice cream and knowing now I have to work out harder. Same reason why we don't work out sometimes is, or we say we want to look a certain way, but then we do things like, well, I want to lose 10 pounds. Well, really, the human mind, we don't want to lose anything. So we should be reprogramming how we say it, and it really should be, I want to gain energy, or I want to gain strength, because then your mind will associate that pleasure. But if we say I want to lose 10 pounds, well, then our mind goes to, well, I don't really, it's painful to diet, it's painful to go to the gym, it's painful to run, I hate that. So I'm just going to stay comfortable and that ice cream in the freezer, it's really not going to do that much to me if I just eat it today. The problem is then we habit stack, and we associate then that pleasure and then again pleasure, and then again pleasure, and then again pleasure, until we've created unhealthy habits. So go back to where this began. I want you to take real big action here. Okay, I'm going to ask you to write down one thing, or write down two things. Do one thing for me, write down two things. Two things that you've been putting off. Two things that you should have done yesterday. Maybe you should have done it last week. Maybe you should have done it last month. But you've been putting it off. Write them both down right now. Nope, right now. Write them down. And then, once you write them down, I want you to associate the pain and the pleasure of why you haven't done it, and what it would feel like when you do it. After you've written the pain and pleasure, go do it. Just go do the two things. Start training your mind to look at both roads, look at the pain and the pleasure, and then go do it. Because you really, really want to. And once you can see the pain and the pleasure, your brain then will start to associate, okay, I know them both, and now I can do it. So go do it.